Okay, what is going on with League of Legends? League of Legends is in trouble, apparently, from your boy Necrit.
On me. It's here to stay. We're not getting rid of it, so just release your Hextech memes. So,
Hmm?
let's just say that this is quite an eventful week, isn't it?
What is this? Season 1 check-in? Dev update League of Legends 23 hours ago. What? Season 1?
We finally got the dev update after a week of every comment of every league anything being spammed with Hextech chest memes. So of course we all
What?
expected Riot to back away, only for them to double down. Now normally this would be damaging on its own, but
What the from my understanding these are like loot boxes. Like they just give you shitloads of loot boxes. Oh wait, do they give you the loot boxes or the keys? I mean, whatever. And then you have to buy the keys to like open the boxes.
these news just spread around and they started hitting the audience outside of just League of Legends. So now everyone knows that League is just screwed with the free-to-play formula. And so, why don't we dive into what exactly happened in the newest dev update? As always, we get Meddler and Pabro popping up to talk about all the news. And literally, the first thing they mention are Hextech chests. So it's
Oh,
awesome to see that they are not just ignoring everything that's happening around them. They know it's a big deal, so it is the first thing they talk about.
oh
That's
shit.
great. What's coming next is not great. They start talking about how League is a free-to-play game. And
Mm-hmm.
so their primary way of paying the bills is selling skins. But they are not just paying the League bills, they are also paying for cinematics and events such as Worlds and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which could kinda make
Oh
you
yeah.
think that, yeah, League is dying since it can't pay its own bills anymore. So just to take down that theory, immediately after this they also confirmed that over the past few years, League actually had a pretty stable player base. More on
Really? I mean, uh, how long has League of Legends been around? Uh, League of Legends release date. Oh nine. Wow. Okay, it's been around for a while. So, what are there just like not as many players playing anymore? What? So they're not selling enough skins or whatever? I mean, if that's the case, I would probably guess that like League of Legends has probably reached not global levels of brand awareness, but chances are if you've played video games, you probably know about League of Legends. You know it's a free to play game, you know you can buy skins, so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure almost everybody knows about League.
that, the cost of developing League has been pretty stable too. So the issue is not that people are playing League less. That doesn't seem to be the case.
Oh,
Instead, the issue is that, especially recently, League started struggling to generate enough revenue. And
oh
I'll be
shit.
honest, I
Everybody already got all the skins. And when everybody gets all the skins, they can't make them as fast as you're buying them up. So then they just lose money.
have no reason not to believe them. Literally everything aligns with this being true. Think of it like this: League has been out for 15 years. And it
Hmm.
is a game that is heavily relying on people picking their favorite characters. So after all of this time,
How many characters in League? How many characters in LOL? 170. That's so many. It started with 20? Bro, that's a lot of champs.
everyone pretty much found their favorite character, and if they were ever gonna spend on cosmetics, they probably already own their favorite skin for their favorite champion.
Okay.
This is simply how character-based multiplayer games work. Sooner or later, people will get comfortable with the cosmetics they own for their favorite characters.
Okay.
And if not, then they are still waiting for Riot to release the perfect skin. The issue is, League has 170 different champions.
And within each champion, because if you look at like a lot of the champions, the skins fall under a lot of different themes. So like, what is it? You just saw like beach, the beach theme, Halloween theme, Christmas theme, Valentine's Day theme, I don't know, St. Patrick's Day theme. There's a theme for every holiday, and on top of it, you have the entire lore within the game. So there's just an absolute metric shit ton of themes that I'm pretty sure they could keep going on, to be honest.
What are the chances your favorite champion is gonna get a skin in a year, on top of which it has to be a skin that you love? I hate to be the guy to point this out, but this is how these live service games are designed. Their monetization system simply has a cap. Sooner or later, you were gonna hit it. So, what would be the solution to deal with this?
As a free-to-play game, skins are the primary way League pays its bills.
Damn it! So yes, Riot doubled down on Hextech chests not belonging in League anymore. They said that originally they were...
Bro, this is crazy. They're gonna remove the chests. What are they gonna do? Just sell the skins outright?
used to reward players spending their time in League, but for a while this worked, and then people started using Hextech chests as a primary way to acquire skins. And that seems to be the issue, which resulted in...
Yeah, because I haven't played League in years. Wasn't it like you just acquire chests from like daily challenges or whatever, and then I forgot how to get keys, but then once you open the chest, there's like a chance to get like a skin, or you just get like some whatever currency that just goes in the top right or whatever. And then once you accumulate enough currency, you can just go buy a skin with the currency.
In a lot of players having massive libraries of free skins. Now, to be fair, I do believe this is true.
Holy
Many
shit.
of us have literally over 100 skins on our account that we got for free.
Bro, like at that point, whenever you're getting free skins, is it even worth it? Like, really? If the skin was free, what's the value in it? If you just look like you walk into a map and then you see like the same character on the other team has got the same skin. It's like, oh, okay. It's the free skin.
And it is all skins that we don't care about. And that is the catch. What they are saying is not wrong, but what they fail to see is that getting a skin you like for a champion you play from a Hextech chest that also has champion shards and emotes and ward skins.
Oh, so what, the chances of you getting your favorite skin for your favorite character versus every other piece of loot is just so close to zero? It's not even feasible anymore. Bad luck protection drops contains one of the following: skin shard or ultimate skin permanent, a champ shard, a ward skin shard or orange essence, an emote, a summoner icon, and orange essence. At least they just closed the shit, like the percents and whatnot. So it's not totally bad.
On top of a lot of icons, well, it's like winning a lottery. So if you look at the numbers, sure, people are getting a lot of raw value from the Hextech chests, but when you have a look at what people are actually getting, I would not be surprised if Hextech chests shaved like 10% of the value that people would have otherwise purchased.
This is like so egregious, dude. But apparently that the randomization of you getting cosmetics does have a cap. And how long have they been doing the Hex Tech chest things? Because I remember like coming back to League like many years ago, and then I was just getting these random chests. My buddy had to explain it to me, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It's like, "Oh, it's the new in-game system thing to get skins." I'm like, "This is stupid." And then I played for like a month, and I'm like, "I'm done. This is dumb." And I, I think didn't they do this with Overwatch 1? They just give you a bunch of random chests, and the whatever skin you get when you open it is like it's random. But what's the converse? What's the opposite of it? They're just being like a store that's always online or on, and then you want that skin, just go buy it outright. Why don't they do that? Oh, well, because it doesn't help with player retention and having the player log in with daily, weekly, and monthly challenges to complete all that bullshit. If you just give the player the skin that they want, they're not gonna play. You need them to grind for the skin by doing pointless things. Oh, man.
That said, there is something else that Medler mentioned, which not a lot of people talk about.
And an increasing number of players ended up with substantial skin collections for free. This meant that purchasing skins directly didn't make sense anymore to a lot of players.
No, because the free skins suck. And I haven't even played League for like years. Free skins in any game always suck. The more money you pay for a skin, or the rarer the skin is, the better it is. You know, that's why you see every live service game, they have like these transforming skins. It's like, oh, it starts out at level 1, and then you got to get like 100 kills, then it goes to level 2, and then you got to get 500 kills, it goes to level 3. And then you got to get 1,000 kills, and it goes to level 4, and that's the cool one. It's got animations, and it took like a year to make the skin. Yeah.
Because they were happy just waiting to get something eventually.
This is interesting because psychologically,
They were happy to wait until they got something eventually. What a massive amount of cope. You have no idea what the player is feeling, whether or not they're happy or sad or annoyed or pissed off or angry. You have no idea. These guys confuse player retention with player happiness. No, that's not the case.
this makes sense. It is a known fact that in the world of microtransaction, all you need to do is to make the person pay once and make them invested in your product before they really start spending in your game. This is why literally every free-to-play game ever has that one cheap bundle at the very beginning of the story.
Yeah, what's the Diablo Immortal one? Like 700% value or whatever it was. Look at all the value you're getting when you only spend $1. You get some bunch of random ass pieces of shit, but it's a percent value. You'd be losing money if you didn't spend it, or if you didn't spend it and get the bundle. This is the most like egregious form of anchoring for the developers to try to assign some sort of like dollar value to their little ones and zeros, their little pixels in a game.
Store when you first start playing. So maybe it is possible that Hextech chests are preventing people from making that first purchase. Sure, we are talking about a sinister strategy in the world of monetizations, but maybe it is true that people are not spending on League because they are waiting to win the lottery. I'm not sure how many of these people there actually are, but sure, there is the possibility. And
I mean, the lottery is still around, and it still gets people to buy tickets. But with the lottery, you're putting in money to hopefully get back the jackpot, the million, the mega million, the super giga mega million. With League, you're not putting in money, you're putting in time. You're putting in attention. That is the currency, your time and attention your player retention.
And Riot says that this is why they realized that Hextech chests are not sustainable long term. So they had to make changes. They didn't want to go back to the old days of League where no one got any free skins.
Oh, let's see. Do they get more egregious, or do they start giving you more skins that are just cooler? Let me see.
But at the same time, they knew they couldn't be giving away as many free skins as they did now. And that is when they actually bring up something interesting. Pabro mentioned that before they made the decision to take away Hextech chests, they did try some other things to get some sustainable income. What's interesting is that all of these are things that people called out Riot for in the past. The first thing they did is that they increased the number of skins they released. I remember this vividly. This was around the time when Riot fired a lot of...
What is this? This is like another theme that these guys got. What is this, like Sailor Moon theme, but like Runeterra style? These guys got themes on themes on themes. They have an infinite well of themes that they can just dip into.
Of artists, they started outsourcing them from people outside of the company, and at the same time they started releasing a lot of skins in every new skin line. The issue was that connected to this, there was also no other gameplay in League at that time. But yes, I remember that happening. Next, they introduced premium cosmetics. That is something we made a lot of videos about.
What did you say? The premium cosmetics? What was this, like a $500 skin or $1,000 skin or something like that?
After which they expanded the kinds of cosmetics that they are offering, and they will...
I remember there was the Faker skin. And what was that one worth? Like $200, $300, $400 or something like that? You got it at the end of a battle pass? I fucking forgot. It's been like so long.
Continue to do so. So no, the experiments are not going away. And since Riot will never directly sell power in their games, they were forced into making people pay more for the skins.
Bro, how sick would it be if they deleted the chests and this like League of Legends became pay to win? How hilarious would that be? You guys want to just straight up just pay for some items that you could use in game?
So they end this part with...
We believe a change like this, while unpopular, is the right call and allows us to deliver not just on our plans today, but also our plans for League in the future.
Ooh.
Absolute bullshit. And we can disprove that in like 15 different ways. So let's quickly break this down. A wise woman once said, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyway, League has an issue with...
Ruthless businesswoman. Wow. Yeah, I'm a broke boy, and also I don't want any of your skins. So no.
The fact that it is not
the literal best player for League of Legends, Faker, does not play with skins, to my knowledge. I mean, back in the day when I was a little kid, whenever League of Legends came out in 2009, I think I would play it in 2010. And then I forgot when Faker like came on the scene. Everyone was be like, "Oh, he don't play with skins." And then my little kid brain would be like, "Oh no, he's not cool. He don't play with the skins." But now here I am, 35 years old. I'm like, "Oh, he had the big brain when he was just a young gun."
Generating as much revenue as it once did. And so while the costs are not higher, the income is lower. Again, I have no reason to believe that Riot is lying to us here. All the metrics we have seen agree with this. Again, sooner or later you will just find your character with your skin and you will stop looking for more. This is simply the wall the game hit once it got too many new characters. And with 15 years of releasing skins, it is harder and harder to make something creative again. So in response, Riot believes that the Hextech chests are giving people too many skins for free and therefore they are not buying RP anymore.
Really? With a lot of videos that I've been watching recently, I am coming to the realization that whatever business and whatever industry, whenever they try to make money off of the lower middle class, which is almost most people, um, there is a yes, you can have your big luxury items, but the simplest example I can use is whenever somebody erects like an apartment building, like a luxury, like a high class luxury apartment building, got like 30 floors. So many. It's awesome. Imagine if all of those floors, all those rooms were like full, they'd be swimming in money. Oh, wow. What's the reality of that building? You only need to have about 10% of the rooms to actually have people in it. The rest of it, it can just be empty because once they reach that 10% point, then they have reached a little bit past maintenance and like have started to dip into like the profit zone. They just need to like be a little bit into the profit zone off of 10% of the rooms. So you can expand that concept into League of Legends. The whales were supporting the game, and for like live service games, it's kind of understandable that whales it only takes like what, less than 5% of like players to just completely whale out and just totally support the game to allow the game to like keep going and be uh free to play for the rest of like the player base and whatnot, which is, I mean, it's whatever. But then when the whales stop whaling, who do the developers go to? They gotta go to Joe Schmo, little Timmy Tendies, middle class, maybe lower middle class, most likely. I've been playing League of Legends for a couple years. Maybe he's like plat, maybe he's like diamond or something. It's like, oh, he's pretty good. You know, he got all his skins already. He don't want to spend anything. I mean, you're just giving. You're just not gonna. They want the majority of the player base to spend more money. We've been giving out these skins for too much, or for free, and now we need more money from you guys. I mean, bro, if they had money, they would have supported you already. They don't have the money in the first place. You had what was it on that the faker skin? There were people in whatever country, probably in America too, but it was like some other country. They were taking out loans just to buy the skin. Okay? Are you guys okay with people taking out loans just to buy your skin? Because that's what people are doing.
This is 100% false, because Hextech chests have the illusion of having high value, but they never actually give you anything you really want. Or more specifically, they never give you anything that you would have otherwise spent RP on. That's simply because the entire drop pool is too diluted. Secondly, they say that they tried premium cosmetics, but they don't say how that went. Like, from this
No.
post, they make it seem...
No, they will not. If you could just take a stab at it, like you look at the like, because I don't know, like in all the years, like what like how much dollars do they consider like premium cosmetics and shit like that. So like you look at I mean, I already just said this, but like whatever. You look at the whole pie is the whole player base of League of Lego, and you only need a small, ever so small sliver of the player base to spend money on those premium cosmetics, and it's even smaller than this. What is this, like 1%, 2%, 3%? You only need these whales, the guys that money is not an issue. These guys will just spend like a couple thousand and not even think twice. No big deal, just 1,000. I'll just get it back tomorrow. Once you have exhausted that, I mean, those guys are the ones that are going to spend money on the premium skins. Everybody else, they got to take out a loan for the premium skins, dude.
Like it actually failed, like the gacha skins are not making any money. But as far as we know, it was a success. Otherwise, we wouldn't see so many of them. So if you found a new way to
Yeah, everybody tried to, this is the Ari skin that everybody tried to protest, and like, what was it, like for like a month or two? Everybody was started like just banning Ari, so nobody could, everybody that bought the skin, what was this, like $500? Everybody that bought the skin just couldn't, you couldn't play Ari if she was banned. That was the funniest fucking shit, dude. I love that.
Monetized league that is aiming at the top 1% of the spenders in the game. Why are you also taking away the free option? You can't even get the things from the gacha machine in the free options. This just doesn't make sense. It is too
they were giving the poor people crumbs, and eventually the poor people were able to like assemble all the crumbs and make a whole slice of bread. You shouldn't be able to make a whole slice of bread if you're a poor person. You should only be able to like have like one side of the crust if you're a poor person. Okay? That's what they think.
Completely separate systems that don't tap into each other. So if you found a solution to a problem that works, even if it is not perfect, why do you take away other systems instead of just making the thing that works better? This is what I don't understand. If you think that this gacha machine can help League, then sure. I always said that the gacha is stupid, but I understand that Riot can use it to get a lot of income. But at this point, I would rather see them go hard into the gacha system and let people have their free hextech chests. To be really sinister about this, even if the gacha skins have all the creativity, you can still use it for marketing. Imagine all the people who have all the skins they got for free, which are just cool, but then they get into a game where they see one of the gacha skins and they realize it's not as cool as that. That's a made-up scenario. I don't think the Jinx skin was that cool, to be honest. Like, there is no reason to actually take away the free cosmetics if you utilize the paid ones better. Am I losing?
That's a good point. I would say for Riot, in order for them to start making money again, they need to do what Call of Duty is doing. They need to make their own custom skin UI or character skin AI maker, because that's what Call of Duty is doing. They got AI generated skins for these guns, charging like $10, $15, $20 for the skins. Players don't even know. Like, casual players don't even know they're AI generated. They just see like, oh, new skin, just buy. Just do that. That would be my advice for Riot. Just start doing AI skins.
Losing my mind here? I'm so confused. They are targeting whales. It is working, but they are taking away stuff from the small fish too for no reason. Worst of all, in this
well, yeah, because you need to create a cosmetic gap. You guys have heard of the skill gap, right? There's like a skill gap. It's like, oh, the longer a game is out, the higher the skill ceiling gets, and then the point of entry also gets like just that much lower. So you got like skill ceiling. And then skill floor. Okay, skill floor. As the longer a game is out, these will start to spread differently, or not spread differently. They will get more separated, more and more separated. All right. They are trying to do that with cosmetics. Cosmetic. Here we go. Cosmetic. Jesus. Cosmetic ceiling. And the default skin Andy. Cosmetic floor. All right. The longer time goes out, all that's going to happen for this one, because like the effect functionally will be the same. They will come out with cooler and cooler skins. So it's like, oh, cooler, gets cooler. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, yeah. But meanwhile, the cosmetic floor is still the same. Default skin Andy. So with the Hextech chess, what was happening with this is you start giving out Hextech chests to these guys, the brokies, and it shrinks the gap. It's like, oh, maybe they got a skin. Maybe the new skin came out, but then I got a banger out of the chest. So it's like, oh, okay, maybe they new skin came out. I got another banger out of the chest, and there's not as much separation now in the cosmetic ceiling and the cosmetic floor. So there needs to be a difference. All right, if there's no difference, how could you turn a brokey person into someone that is wanting a premium skin if they get all these free skins? And it's like, I don't care about that stupid $500 one. Most of mine look pretty good. I'm pretty content. So you need to have the gap. You can't have brokies thinking they're on equal looks maxing terms as the whales. That you can't have that. No one's gonna spend money on your little skins.
Talk where they talk about the problems. They also just straight up mention the solution.
Now, our belief as a company is that delivering great experiences for you will lead to great results for
value, experience, business terms, business buzzwords.
Riot. We want to deliver the best experience we can, that you can play forever without spending anything.
Oh my god, you can play forever without spending anything. Except the whales, who can't control themselves and need to buy everything. Not talking to you guys.
So that you only spend money when you think we've made something great that you want to spend money on.
This right here.
Because by the time they come out with something that you want to spend money on, you will have already been playing the game for multiple years. You have so much sunken cost fallacy built up. The thought of you transitioning into another game, you literally wet the bed at the thought of going and playing a different game. But understandably, there are some sensible people out there that have more than 2 brain cells and actually try to make a rational decision of like, oh, I kind of like this game. I want to support it by buying a skin, not, oh my god, I'm a default skin Andy. Get this off of me. I don't want to be a default skin Andy. My friends are going to make fun of me.
I still believe that the main reason why people don't spend in League anymore is because the quality of the skins went down because of what they mentioned.
Oh, that was it. I mean, wait, did they say the quality of the skins went down, or did you say it? So they did do the AI skin thing.
They pushed out too many skins, which hit the diminishing returns really quickly. I mean, you know what we...
So what happened, I think, is that they boiled the crab too fast. The crab was just chilling in the pot of water, and then they turned that shit on 10. like instantly. And the crab realized it was getting boiled, so it just like jumped out like, fuck this. Too many skins, guys. I'm getting boiled. I'm out. Whoop. No. What you're supposed to do is you turn it on 1, and you wait a little bit, turn it on 2, wait a little bit, turn it on 3, and then over the course of a long time, the crab is just sitting in there, fucking red as fuck, dead as fuck, not knowing it's been boiled slowly.
Used to get stuff like Gentleman Cho'Gath, Corporate Mundo, Brolaf. Are these stupid? Yes, but they had a soul. And that's because these were made with the idea of the
Bro, those skins are so old. I remember these skins when I played. Holy.
champion first. This is literally what Riot said they would be doing, so what's going on? But the other problem is that all the skins we get these days are expensive. You remember all the 750 RP skins? Sure, the quality was low, and most of the time it was just a gimmick. But if that gimmick was good, it could outsell any other skin. And that is also partially because it was cheap. League does not have these anymore. They have skins for whales and they have skins for super whales. They also have skins for the moderate spenders between 10 and 15 bucks. But what if I just want to spend 5 bucks on League instead of Starbucks? What do I get? 2 pulls on the gacha machine. So yeah.
Oh wow, 2 pulls on the gacha machine. Woohoo! Don't you feel awesome? Isn't the adrenaline pumping through your veins when you hit the big old lever? Rip it and hope.
Yes, League has nothing for the low spenders. And that is kinda the situation in a nutshell.
That's hilarious.
League has a problem, they seemingly found the solution, and the solution isn't likely enough, so instead of improving
That I literally just told you the answer already. Just make the AI skins. Make it. Call of Duty's already doing it. They already beat you to the punch. Just do what Call of Duty's doing. Do the AI skins. Just $5.
the solution, they are taking away from the free-to-play players in hope that they pay. I wish there was some kind of a light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm pretty sure there's not. So let's keep going with this update, because outside of progression and monetization, there are some devs who are working their asses off to do some really cool things in this season.
Oh,
so
like what?
Next, they actually talk about improvements to the Battle Pass. I mean, look at Fortnite.
Oh, improvements to the Battle Pass. Oh my god. A Battle Pass, guys.
Or Marvel Rivals. Those Battle Passes are cool. And
Are they? I stopped interacting with Battle Passes years ago. I realized I was chasing the pink elephant. No matter how many Battle Passes I complete, I will never be satisfied.
Thankfully, Riot agrees that the quality of the skins that the Battle Pass is giving us could be higher. So there will be some more pronounced changes to the champions as they get new skins, which might also include some champions getting skins outside of the base theme of the season just to be creative. And while this will not reflect in the Act 2 of Season 1, it is something we should be able to see in Season 2. A new addition is that on top of unlocking a skin for a champion, the Battle Pass will also give you the champion directly, which is a good change. Especially with the champion acquisition in general slowing down. Also worth mentioning is that the Battle Pass will not affect champions getting skins outside of it. Meaning that if a champion gets a skin on the Battle Pass, they can also get a skin outside of it the same year. Next, on the topic of progression, there were some missions which people hated, so Riot is removing them. For example, missions where you had to play with a paid skin present in the game, or the harder missions such as taking down 5 turret plates in a game. All of those should be gone. Also,
those were missions? I mean, I guess, but that's like, I would chalk those up to like, you're pulling out of the bottom of the bucket for those, dude. Those were like the dailies, the weeklies, the monthlies. Those were the challenges?
TFT is now getting its progression doubled for the Battle Pass. After which we get to Riot Frogzone and Cadmus, who talk about the gameplay side, which is pretty good, thankfully. First they talk about feats of strength, the big topic of this season. After they made some changes, for example, First Blood not being that important anymore, as well as
Okay, I mean, I can get behind some gameplay changes. Gameplay is king. It don't matter how big of a skin you got on. If you get got by a default skin Andy, hey, you got.
nerfs to boots, apparently the rewards are pretty stable now. The topic of toxicity that is still related to that is kinda a separate thing now, I guess. Then when it comes to Atakan, who was introduced as a new mid-game objective, as we mentioned last time, the rewards from Voracious Atakan were a bit too powerful, mainly the fact that the respawn was instant, meaning that in some cases it was far more efficient to int than to recall. Well, the timer is simply being increased, so there are some fixes there. Also, with this season, there were some complaints about the Noxian Summoner's Rift. Everyone likes the theme overall, but for the map specifically, there were some complaints that it feels a bit too dark and a bit too gloomy, which sure, I understand, I mean, it is the tundras of Noxus. So to bring it back a little bit closer to the original Summoner's Rift, there will be some changes present in Act 2. So the team still wants to do more.
Oh, they came out with a new act? Act 2, Season 1? Damn, it took them this long just to make an Act 2? Bro, like, what chapter is Fortnite on? Isn't it like Fortnite Chapter 12, Season 3 or whatever? Sheesh.
More of these. They can see the success behind this. People really like it. But they can't go as wild as they perhaps hoped they could. So you know what? Great job, Riot, at listening to feedback. After this, they also talk about Swift Play, which far exceeded their expectations. Apparently, a lot of people play Swift Play, including me. My only issue is,
The heck is Swift Play?
Play is not that swift. It hit their goal of being about 5 minutes shorter than normal Summoner's Rift, which is still 35 minutes. I think 30
Damn.
should be the cap. And so they are introducing a new mechanic where at a certain time, all structures will start to burn towards the Nexus. So at that point, the team that has dealt the most damage to the enemy structures will win eventually. After which they also talk about Arena, which is having a comeback. Since everything is Noxian, all the arenas are getting a Noxian upgrade. They are all getting turned into Noxian Reckoning arenas, with some of them getting
What the heck is Arena? Like, I know Riot came out with that little Vampire Survivors, what do you call it? Like, little knockoff version. And it was pretty cool. Like, I seen gameplay on it, and it's a lot of visual clutter, but I mean, for the most part, it works. But what the heck is Arena?
remakes. For example, the Koi Pond will now have a circle, so you can now run around the islands finally. And there is a whole new Reckoning arena on top of that, which has destroyable pillars, making the entire arena a lot more interactive.
Is this just like 1v1 or what? Like, what is this? Like 4v4 or something? Or 3v3? Are they trying to do like World of Warcraft?
Now, when it comes to the progression, Arena will be able to progress both Masteries and the Battle Pass, if only Masteries still had hexagon chests, and they are introducing a whole new fame system. Essentially, the more fame you get, the more augments you unlock. You are not really unlocking power, you are just unlocking options. Think of the progression in something like Slay the Spire or maybe Balatro. Also, Guests of Honor are a new thing. They are very similar to cameos, which we've had before, but this time it is just whole new mechanics for the arenas which people can vote on. Yes, if there are some cameos which you just really don't like, you can vote on not getting them. So overall, the gameplay team is killing it. If only it wasn't overshadowed by something else. So then, finally, we had a look at the new Masteries. They look fine. The Battle Pass is also retroactively getting the blue essence it lost, which means that, yes, a blue essence Emporium is also coming back. At least there is something for the free-to-play players. Then True Skill 2 is being tested for Swift Play and Arena. In case you don't know what this is, True Skill 2 is a system that looks at how good you really are at the game. It is not just looking at KDA and stuff like that. It is looking at your inputs and what you're doing. So with this, matchmaking should be a lot better. Then there is Streamers mode, which just
This game is literally made for sweats. Holy. This is crazy. And it's only been like a recent thought switch that I've had within like the last, I don't know, year or so. That live service games are for hardcore players, and then single player games that you can just play offline are for casuals. Because in the what was it, years before, I would have said the opposite. Live services for casuals and single player games uh, are for like the hardcore people. No, it is the opposite now. This is crazy, dude.
Hides your name, and only you can see that, so it doesn't really help that much. And finally, they also teased the theme for Season 2. After the Noxian theme, it should be a palate cleanser. They even teased that every summer the theme is more heartwarming, such as a Star Guardian or Animal Squad. So we should get something like that this summer, which makes me think maybe it's not gonna be canon. However, that is something I didn't see anyone theorize about. Because no one got that far into the video. Because of course, everyone is talking about that one topic. And I'll tell you what, I don't even want to look down there.
What is the topic?
There's gonna be like 800
Is it the chests? Them taking the chests away?
chests hiding there.
Oh. Oh, okay. So let me see. Okay, Dubskis. Riot trying to not go bankrupt after I pull a Malphite champion shard from my weekly Hextech chest. Riot saw the Overwatch downfall and said, bet. Yeah, I literally said this. They're doing the same thing as Overwatch 1. They're taking away the free loot boxes that you could just get. And they're trying to create a cosmetic gap. Riot made a $1.5 billion profit in 2023 and 4, but they're getting bankrupt? Because I got 7 Kale skins, 7 Leona skins from re-rolling skin shards while playing Miss Fortune. Wow. You know what's funny? When I see this, like, see numbers like this? So, I don't know dick about ass about any of this type of business, but why is it that a lot of the, or just not a lot, but like some advice that you will hear people give about like finances and stuff is like, oh, save your money, be frugal, you know, don't get the double cheeseburger, only get the single cheeseburger or something. Don't get the name brand, get the generic brand of whatever. Why do we not apply these things to businesses? Like, if you come out with a banger year, and again, I'm not a business bro. Like, if I hear like the business made $1.5 billion in profit, is it too much to think that like, hey, we can keep the lights on multiple years just off this $1.5 billion, or maybe off 2 years. They made $1.5 billion in 2023 and 2024. Is it too much to ask for businesses to like quote unquote save and to have like a general fund to just just keep on going? So what, you guys have to make like 2 billion year over year, and if that's not the case for a year or two, it's just like, oh, bankrupt, we're dead. We're either green, all up arrows, up stonks, plus signs, money sign, dollar signs, or we're just dead. There's no like in between. You guys can't coast at all. I mean, hey, that's live service, man. Just let them go. Live service is gonna do what live service is gonna do. But overall, very nice video. I still like popping in and seeing what's up with like good old League of Legends, because it's got global recognition. That is one of the most well known esport games. Period. Everybody knows about League if you know about games. It's just, it is what it is, man. But overall, cool video. Thank you. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.